Andrew Ross Sorkin, welcome to the New York Stock Exchange.
Thank you for having me. This is wild to be here on the floor, having spent the last 8 years of my life writing this book about what happened here 96 years ago.
Of course, and you were joined at the podium by your wife, your 3 children, your parents. What was that like to have your family surrounding you in that moment? And what was it like to ring that bell for 10 seconds?
So my family, they bore the brunt of this project for 8 years, literally. So for my kids, I think this was like the culmination that we had actually done something. And it's just a marvel to see all this. And I think for my parents, you know, I always thought writing was hard, and I still do as a kid. I mean, I can't even believe I wrote a book. I think they probably can't even believe I wrote it. This is my second book. I think, so this is all just, it's a little hard to put into words, to be honest with you.
It's a moment.
It's a moment. It's a moment. It's a once-in-a-lifetime moment. I mean, these things just don't happen. So I'm incredibly grateful to the Exchange and to everybody who's been involved in supporting this.
Well, you earned it. And the character follows many books. What made you decide to follow the story of Charles Mitchell? He was of National City Company and National City Bank. Why did you focus on him?
So Charlie Mitchell, I was going to point this way because it's just down the street. He was on Pine and Wall, ran a bank called National City, become Citigroup. He was the one, you guys had a picture of him up a little bit before. He was the one who effectively created modern day credit. He was the one who democratized finance. The idea that the ordinary American could go and get a loan to go buy stock. Now, some people would argue that he maybe overdid it, and that was one of the reasons we had a crash. But when you think sort of about the long arc of history, Charles Mitchell was the person who really changed America in terms of people investing in this stock market. He's the reason in some ways that we have brokerages all across the country, and now brokerages in your hand on your phone.
Yeah, and I understand that you started...
By the way, there he is. There he is. I don't know if we can get him on the shot. That's Charlie Mitchell. That's Charlie.
Let's take a look at Charles Mitchell. Very nice. And you started this book, writing this book around 2017. What was your writing process like, and how did you navigate the pandemic years, especially, you know, gathering historical documents?
Oh goodness, so the truth is, I started this, I think, end of 16, 17, and then the pandemic happens, and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, this pandemic, I don't know how long this is going to go on for. You can't get into libraries, you can't get into museums, you can't travel, you can't do any of the things you need to do. And so the truth is that for about a year and a half, I was finding students. The only people who could get into a library were students who had a dissertation or a thesis due. And so I would oftentimes find them all over the country, and I would say, box 152, you need to go take a picture of every page in that box, and I set up these sort of crazy Dropbox folders and had them send to me. I ultimately happily got personally back into a lot of the museums and archives and libraries myself, but yeah, we created our own little market, if you will, at that time.
I just want to bring, this is a copy of your book, and I just want to let you know this is going on permanent display in the New York Stock Exchange archives.
Oh
so now it's going to be a part of New York Stock Exchange history. Thank you for your contribution.
Thank you. Thank you to everybody. I mean, this is just, what a day. What a day.
Of course, Andrew Ross Sorkin, thank you so much for joining us. An exciting moment here on the Stock Exchange floor.